What's up, everybody? It's your boy Melvin for another review, and today I'm reviewing the third film of the Nerd Saga, Revenge of the Nerds 3, The Next Generation, which was released in 1992 it's a television movie, unlike the other two that was theatrical. It was released by 20th Century Fox, respectively, and it's mostly concentrated on the new nerds of Adams College. We do have some of the old nerds returning, but before we begin, what are you doing? Just stand there for, did you hit the bell? Did you hit the subscribe button? Did you hit the like button? If not, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Are you trying to get flunked out of college? If so, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and like this video. And let's begin, shall we? So yeah, this is a home movie. This is a direct-to-television movie by 20th Century. It's like a couple years after the second film of Revenge of the Nerds was the last theatrical one. This is the television movie, so it's like two televisions, one and two theatrical. So yeah, this concentrates more on the new generation, well, the next generation of nerds, which is now occupying Adams College. Nerds are happily freed. Our main antagonist is Price, who is a former Alpha Beta, along with his son. Also, we have Stan. Stan, if you remember him, he's the jock from the first film, and also Betty's ex-boyfriend, who's a motorcycle cop now. And also, we have two new boys, Iris and Harold. Harold is the nephew of Lewis, who also appears in the movie. He's also the head of the computer department at Adams, but fortunately, he wants to leave behind his nerd past, more like a hipster with a ponytail. So yeah, we consider our two happy nerds, the new ones, Hera and Ira, head for Adams College, but it gets pulled over by Stan. As you know, basically because he hates nerds. You guess it why. When they arrive at college, they see that Adams College looks more better since the nerds are now all over the place. They're now in charge of everything, from the Greek Council to everything. As for Price, he and his son arrive and notice the changes, which, well, you guessed it, disgusted since remember they want to be out there since Price was an Alpha Beta. Now you know why. When they arrive at what used to have been the basketball gym from the first film, now the Computer Science Center. Price and his son arrive at was left of the Alpha Beta house, hosted by Bobo Peterson, which, okay, if everybody knows Bobo mean, it means pacifier, which is a dumb term, literally. Disgusted what he see what happened to his old fraternity, including Stan, who's been helping him out, they decided to help the new Alpha Betas to show them who's boss and put the nerds in their place. Meanwhile, Harold and Ira visit his uncle, Lewis, preferably called Lou, to, talk, have dinner. Then Betty reminds him why, because Lewis were down at the time he wanted to be an Alpha Beta, and with the look on Betty's face, she realizes the trick for what happened in the first film. So yeah. After that, the next day they go to Lambda. They meet the fraternity president, Malcolm Pettitum III. And they also meet some new nerds initiates, including a British nerd named I forgot his name. Let me check. Let's see. Trevor Golf from Britain. We also meet some other members like uh, oh boy. Let me try to scan here and Toyota, who's South Korean. Also have the newspaper at the college. We also have other members, including I forgot her name, who's in charge of the archaeology. Fuck, you know what I'm gonna say. Archaeology Society. We got the one who's the chef, is also the mascot of the university as well. And the night after becomes the initiation, which is the beginning of Heck Week, where Toriyama gives a musical number of describing Heck Week, which means no using technology, and honoring of their founding fathers, as in, no computers, none. You have to use the old-fashioned way, like old-fashioned calculators, using the mind during Heck Week. Meanwhile, the Alpha Betas started to trash the place, like first trash the computer center by literally even decapitating Albert Einstein's head. During the Heck Week initiation, Ira wants to call it quits, but Harold tells him no. They have to keep going during the final trial, which is the put out the fire. All of the initiates gather the ground, grab chug a bunch of water, all of them together spat the fire out. And they pass the test. At the Alpha Betas, they began their next rampage by sabotaging their ceremony. At the ceremony, the new initiates called Hera and Ira became new members of Lambda Lambda Lambda. They celebrate until the Alpha Betas, wearing ski masks, sabotage the event, attacking everybody. One of them even gave a wedgie to Trevor, which Trevor is fun. Damn. What, they never have wedgies in Britain? After that, they wanted to file a complaint, but the new dean, who was actually Stan, yes, Stan, will look into it. In reality, no. Meanwhile, they wanted to check on, Harold wanted to tell on his uncle, but he didn't do nothing, which, face it, didn't work either. The Trilads try to find a way to trying to put the Alpha Betas like in disciplinary action. They tried, but it backfired when remember that Stan the Dean, along with Price, pulling the strings. They soon failed, which cost them becoming head of the Great Council. Toya losing as in charge of the newspaper business at the college. They had to find ways to make this, right until they check if they get doomed. They need a lawyer, which it turns out Booger became a lawyer. Correction, an accident lawyer, as an ambulance chaser. When he found out his beloved fraternity is in trouble, he went over there to save the day. Meanwhile, he managed to arrive. They decide to find evidence of foul play, but fortunately, the justice system for nerds is, well, shit. After that, Booger went to see Lewis until he saw Stan there. Booger, pissed off, he left. Now branding Lewis a nerd, Benedict Arnold. When everybody going down, Booger decides what the way to cheer him up. It's party with an Omega Move! Literally. He just literally came through the door with a boombox with the girls from the sorority house of Omega Mu right there. And everybody starts dancing, having fun. I think Harold was getting hit on by a blonde sorority girl who reads palms. And oh boy, did Harold just want to get it already. And his friend Ira was talking to an Islamic nerd as well. Before Harold can do the deed, the cops came in. It turns out Stan and Price stashed some weed under the basement to make them look like they had drugs, which to frame them up, they all get arrested and put in the hoosegow. When Lewis confronted us, he found out that Stan didn't even like him. Even Price was there, and he said he owes me a nerd. Lewis went back home, looking for something until he realized what he had become. He put his old clothes back on. Look at a photo of his friends back when they were a member of Tri-Lambs. Cut the ponytail off and managed to pay off the bail. And due to their house was confiscated and gave to the Alpha Betas, they decided to let the Tri-Lambs stay at their place and mortgage it, which worked. But first, the Tri-Lambs started their own revenge by attacking each Alpha Beta, first with the Price's son and Bobo Pearson by giving him a haircut at the barbershop. Both Harold and Iris gave him the same haircut as they did to them, which says Nerds Rule. The next one was more like from a horror movie. The man got the robot switching the pimple clearing cream with pimple inducing cream. Make it more like a werewolf transformation, which was pretty funny at Bobo. And everybody watching the whole scene, laughing while eating spaghetti. After that, decided to do a protest against what's been happening. Demanded to get a whole rallying cry, which caused many of the businesses to shut down, including the gas. As for the nerds, being more resourceful, they turned some natural gas as in turning corn into natural gasoline. But Price has another thing up his sleeve by framing Lewis of mishandling funds, which in fact Price was the one who was misusing the funds for his own gain, so he wants to put that blame on Lewis. After Lewis was arrested for something he didn't do, Betty went to Stan to clear his name, but didn't work. During the trial, things were getting a little messy until, one by one, Lewis's friends arrived. Both Lamar, Wormser, Takashi, his dad, including his new mom, UN. They asked I managed to create JT with UN. Sorry about that. And also Gilbert, his best friend, after he heard he's now a nerd again. They made up. Stan managed to decide to tell the truth that Price was the one who's been ruining everything. The charges were dropped from Lewis and Price was arrested. And as for the Alpha Betas, they were expelled indefinitely. As for Harold, the same girl from the party, it still waved for Harold. And she said, we have some unfinished business. What is that unfinished business? I meant, yeah, that. And yeah, and that was Revenge of the Nerds 3, The Next Generation. And this was it's not like the other films that were more, detailed for now. This is a television movie, so this is more different. And I'm trying to simplify all of it from detail. Because remember, this is not a theatrical film. This is a television film. They're quite different. Although it's released by the same studio, it's different production and budget. So this is a $2 million budget. So yeah. So what you guys think of this? Okay. This is two people who have seen the film, and it's from a television film. So I don't know what channel it came out, but hey, that was a long time. This was released in 1992, I believe. Yeah, 92. Try to remember that. So yeah, let me know what you think of this movie. Did you see it? And did you like it? Because I saw it. To me, I'm still having a little bit of doubts, but I've seen worse. But yeah, let me know what you think. And did you like it? Let me know in the comments down below on which one you liked. If so, tell me more. And if you're new, remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and also tomorrow will be the fourth and final installment of the Nerds. Revenge of the Nerds 4, Nerds in Love. And this is Mel right here, and I'll see you next time. Peace.